Hey peeps, so I am here with a story time. I've never done a story time on my channel before, and that's just because, I don't know, I just never got around to doing it, but I have thought a million times over about story times and the things I could talk about. A lot of them are gonna have to be with my best friend Keisha. What's up, girl? But yeah, today is gonna be the first story time, and Keisha actually helped me come up with this one. Y'all, this is hopefully gonna be hilarious to you. It's hilarious to us. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all the story of when I practically almost was kind of sorta going to run this guy over. So I've been talking to this guy a little bit before I turned 18, and he was a little bit older than me, so he did have his own apartment and all of that, even though I was still in high school. And I would go over to his house sometimes and be over there with him and whatnot. And I didn't have my own car at that time. I was driving my mom's car and stuff. So for New Year's, so 2011 New Year's, I went over to this guy's house, and actually I kind of forget how I ended up over there. I don't know how I got there. I don't know how I got there, but somehow I was at his house, and he's grown. He's over 21. He's drinking and doing all that with his friends and stuff. I had known that he like was low-key talking to this other girl, but we had already established, like, you're not talking to her. You're talking to me. You're not talking to her. Mind you, the whole time I was talking to other people, because it wasn't like we were boyfriend and girlfriend. If me and a person are not boyfriend and girlfriend, then I probably will have at least, you know, another person, you know. That's what this situation was. But I mean, he ain't all that. He ain't all that. So I'm sitting here like really like pressing him like, you can't talk to her. I'm really like making his life hard. So he claims he wasn't talking to her, and for as much as I knew, that was really the case. He wasn't talking to her. So I go over to his house for New Year's. His friends are there. They had been drinking, and he is throwing up. He starts, so we like go lay down and stuff. We're laying down, and then all of a sudden he is acting like he's really like about to get sick. So I'm like, he's big, he's like 6'2". He's like 6'2", 6'3". So I'm having to like try and get him to the toilet, because girl, I'm only 18 years old. I just turned 18 in November. I don't do throw up. Like nowadays, you know, 27 years old, it's like, I guess my motheringly ways have grown, but also just being in college, you're around people throwing up often, more frequently. You have to deal with it a little bit more, get used to it. I also just recently, for the first time, had to clean up my own throw up on my own. So I'm just not as queasy these days about throw up as I was when I had just turned 18. So I was not having him throwing up. Ooh, it was nasty. I couldn't. I left him in the bathroom alone. I said, handle that. So his friends are like laughing and doing the most, and they're just like being really like petty and extra, and I'm like, are these grown men? Is this what grown men do? Because I'm just 18. I don't know if this is accurate representation, but I was just like, why is it so rah rah rah? Like, what's the problem? Like, I really want to cuss them all the way out. Like, who are you? Why are you here? What are you doing? Like, this is his apartment. Like, what's happening? Like, he's drunk, he's done. Like, go home. Why are y'all still here? Like, I never liked his friends. His friends were irritating. And so, but you know, I did not know if he was really still talking to that girl or not. So I think that they knew something that I didn't know, which y'all are about to find out in a second. So me and him go to lay back down. I make him brush his teeth and everything. Like, I was just like, no, throw up, brush your teeth. I don't care how drunk you are, you're gonna brush your teeth. So that's what he did. And then we went to go lay back down, and we're laying there, and then all of a sudden I hear these well, not all of a sudden, you know, it's been a while, maybe 15 to 30 minutes, And I hear these girls and I hear these voices, and I'm like, who are these hoes? What's happening? Now, I'm not really thinking too much of it. We're upstairs. I'm thinking maybe his friends called these girls over to be with them, whatever. Well, all of a sudden, the girls start heading upstairs. So I'm like, why are they coming up here? Because all his friends were downstairs. So why are they coming up here? Because the only person up here is him. As far as I thought they would know. The two girls walk into the room. And they turn on the light and everything. And they're just like making a whole big fuss. And she's like, who is this? Who is this? Like, I don't remember exactly what was said, but she's just going off making a big scene. She's just making a big scene. And then his friends come up, really mostly to just watch the situation play out. Like, they're not trying to stop the situation. They're not trying to alleviate anything. Like, they're just sitting here just like looking like some freaking sitting ducks. Like, and they're laughing and doing and just being antagonistic, really, and just hyping the situation up instead of being actual grown men and like being a friend to their so-called best friend and, you know, trying to simmer down the whole situation. Instead of doing that, they're being extra, but they're grown men. Don't ask me. So, that's all happening. I get up, he's on the ground just drunk, and I'm sitting here like trying to talk to him like, do something, like what are you doing? And he's just drunk out of his mind. He can't even stand up, he can't walk, he can't do nothing. He's just laying there like worthless. So I'm sitting here, these girls literally are trying to fight me. Mind you, he's older, they're older, and they're trying to fight pretty much a little girl. Like, I just turned 18. So they sitting here saying, oh, like, they're just trying to fight me, like saying what they're gonna do, and oh, if this, then I'll do this and I'll do that, and da. And mind you, he, like I told you, he's like 6'3". He was like a skinny guy, but he was 6'3". And the girl, she's like 5'9", big as crap, and she looked like she had more weight on her than he did. And she's sitting here trying to fight me. I'm 4'10" and a half, and at that time I couldn't have weighed more than 75 to 80 pounds. Help me understand. Like, how did I even get myself in this situation? Y'all, it's nuts. It don't make no sense. Okay, so then I start saying, like, I'm still trying to get him to like do something, and then all of a sudden he like starts getting up because I guess he like feels like it's escalating or whatever. And I mean, mind you, we were on opposite sides of the room. So say she was over here, I was down here in this corner. So we were like on opposite ends of each other the whole time. Like, we never came close to each other, because if we came close to each other, I probably would have hit that hoe, big as she is, and her friend would jump me. And that's the only reason why I didn't fight her is because I'm like, they're gonna jump me, period. They're gonna jump me. Obviously they don't care about nothing. They sitting here trying to fight a little 18-year-old, and instead of, you know, banding with me and being like, F you, dude, like, no, we about to, you know, they should have took me under their wing as older women and said, oh no, we're not doing this. He's not worth this drama. Like, no, we all need to leave. Instead of being the grown people that they are, or supposed to be, they trying to fight 18-year-old. I don't know if they knew how old I was, but I'm sure that they thought I looked young, because if people think that I'm 16 now, I'm sure people thought I was like 11 then. Like, really? So he starts to like try and come to, because he feels like it's escalating, and he barely gets up and is like, I'll just take you home, I'll just take you home, I'll just take you home. And I was like, no, like, you are too drunk. He already tried to drive crazy and fast sober. So I was like, no, like, you're too drunk. No. So I don't even know if I called my people or not, because honestly I probably would have died. So I called my friend, because she be driving her mom's car. I think at the time it was her mom's car, not her own car. But so like Keisha, the same girl that helped me, you know, come up with this story time. Keisha, and I knew Keisha and Isha had been together, and I was trying to call Keisha to pick me up. But then what ended up happening, I don't know why, like, she just didn't come pick me up. I don't know like what the conversation was back at her house, but her mom got up out her sleep and came and picked me up with Keisha and Isha. So I went back to their, no, I think her mom dropped me off at my house and then they went home. But then that morning, I don't know if I talked to them that night, like if I called them after the fact or what happened. But at some point, me, Keisha, and Isha talked, and I was like, oh no, we pulling back up. What? And I'm like, they think that they were gonna jump me? Oh no, me and the goons rolling through. What's a goon to a goblin? Stop playing. But no, seriously, so we had to pull up, period. And TTG train to go, period, poo. That's what we did. Stop playing. So now my mama don't know this, but like that was a long time ago, so like don't be mad, mother. So like I said, I did not have my own car. I was driving my mom's car. So I think my friends pulled up with her mom's car to my house, and I think we left her car there, and then we got into my mom's car and we drove back to his house. And it was early in the morning, like I don't know, it had to be before 10 a.m. Like it was early, because I wanted to catch them while the girls were still there. Oh, like, do not play with me. Absolutely not. We're gonna catch up to you. So that was the whole plan, but like that's not how it went. Because once we pulled up, first of all, he tried not to answer his door. And I'm like, okay, so you really think you're not gonna answer the door? Absolutely not. So we just sitting here banging on the door, and I don't know, Keisha and them, they look crazy. So I think they like spit on his door, and I was like, no guys, it's a little too far, but they were like, no, and so they like spit on his door. I don't think that I did that, but I don't know. Keisha, you comment down below and tell me if you remember that, because y'all definitely did that. And I think Keisha is the one, they broke his glasses. So when he did come to the door, I don't know if I went in the house or what happened, but I snatched his glasses off his face. Y'all, don't do this to all the young and impressionable girls out there. If my nieces are watching this, don't do this. This is like, I would never do this now that I have learned and grown and flourished. But back then I snatched some glasses off his face, and cause he was trying to play. Once he actually did answer the door, he was really trying to play games. And so I was like, okay, because I know how blind he is. I knew how blind. So I said, okay, let's see if it's a game when I have your glasses, sir. So it wasn't really that much of a game at that point. So we took his glasses. I do believe we broke them. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know, something happened to where we got into the house and the girls weren't there. So somehow I got into the house, and he's like running around trying to run away from me and stuff like that. And I don't know, at some point he's like, somehow in some way he starts running outside. He's running all around his apartment complex, and I'm like running after him and stuff. But then I don't know what it was, but all I know is I got back into my car or something happened. I don't know, like, I don't remember the exact details, but something happened where I got into the car with Keisha and Isha, and he is outside, and I don't know if he thought we left. I don't know what he was doing outside, but I felt the need to try and run him over. But I mean, I really didn't want to hit him. I kind of just wanted to tap him. Just a little tap. Like, you can do that, right? Like, it's possible to just tap somebody with the car, right? Not like break their whole leg. But that's what I wanted to do. That was my plan in my head back then, is that I just wanted to tap him at the very most. But what I had to do in order to try and hit him is, you know those big boulders that are in front of parking spaces? His apartments had that, and mind you, I'm in my mom's car. I rolled over that to try and hit him. Y'all, I know it's bad, but he had to know I wasn't playing with him, and I don't care. I don't care. Like, these dudes always want to play games and act like it's a joke. It's not a joke, because if you really value your life, then you don't want to play people, because you don't know what anybody is capable of. So if you want to play somebody, you need to just be done with them. If that ever crosses your mind, you need to be done with them, because I really could have smacked. Like, I had the capability. I pushed on the brake. I could have went right on the gas and rammed him into the side of the building, but I didn't. And y'all, seriously, I do not condone any of this at all whatsoever, but it happened, and I'm just telling y'all, like, I'm just telling y'all what happened. Like, I mean, I'm not sorry either to him or anything like that, because he shouldn't have did what he did. I just wouldn't take back anything that I did, because why was he doing what he was doing? But in general, just, you know, to stay out of jail for myself and for others, I do not condone any of this. Like, it's not like really funny, but like I feel like it's only a tad funny just because I was young. Like, now at 27 years old, like, that's not funny. And I mean, and also it's just like, if you have something that you're working towards, or if you have something to lose, it's not funny, because you don't want to actually lose whatever it is you have gained so far, or to lose out on the future opportunities because you're sitting behind a jail cell. But at that moment in time, 18 years old, New Year's 2011, I was low-key prepared to go to jail, so that's a problem. But you know, we've grown. Growth. But yeah, so it gets worse. Somehow he gets into his car. Mind you, I low-key like keyed his car, but he didn't even notice, because me and him started talking after this whole situation happened. So it wasn't even like he obviously wasn't that mad. Me and him started talking again after this whole situation happened, and he told me when we had the conversation about everything that happened that day that he didn't even notice that I low-key keyed his car. I mean, I really didn't like dig into it, but there were small little scratches, and I spelled out the word BITCH on the side of his car. But yeah, he made his way to his car after I had done all that, and he thought he was just gonna drive away. He thought wrong. Me and my goons, we started trailing behind him, and we were on a high-speed chase around the neighborhood and the deep streets of the east side of Columbus. And we just are zooming, and he got to like this little stop sign. He kept trying to act like he was gonna lose me. Nope. He did eventually lose me though, and then that's when we had to leave, because we didn't know where he was. And we sat at, I think we went back to his house just to see if he was gonna come right back like an idiot, but he didn't. But he stopped at a stop sign, and what my mama don't know is, low-key, this is how one of her front lights got messed up. Low-key, I think low-key was already messed up. That's why I was like, I'm just gonna tap him, because like my mama not gonna notice. He stopped at a stop sign, and I hit his car. Yep, me. I did it. I tell no lies. And my friends are sitting here looking at me like I am nuts, and I'm just like, no, because he gonna learn today. But no, like, you're gonna learn. And he did, as far as I know. Yeah, so he hit a few more corners and we lost them. But do understand that this probably was a whole like hour ordeal. Like, y'all, it was not okay. It was not okay. Do y'all understand like all the working parts of this story? It is nuts. I mean, if anybody wants to say I'm crazy, it could be him or it could be y'all. Let me know if you've had a similar type of situation happen down below in the comments, and also let me know if you can relate in any way that is similar. But I hope you like this story time, and please, let's not judge. I was a little kid and I would never in my life do such a thing now, because these boys are just not worth it, and that boy was not worth it, and I should not have done that, but it happened. It is what it is. So I just hope that you guys are able to get a few laughs, or, you know, open your eyes big and wide like, girl, no. Make sure you thumbs up, comment, rate, and subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. And thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next video.